Amplifying Voices from development perspectives.
Hello, I'm Tulip. Welcome to Amplifying Voices Episode 1. This episode of Amplifying Voices, I spoke with Samson from Ukraine. Samson shared his amazing and empowering story about his reasons for coming to Ireland and some of the challenges that he has been through along the way.
Hello, Tulip. Thank you for inviting me for this short podcast. As you know, I'm from Ukraine, Afro-Ukrainian, so to say. You will have something like that. I'm originally from Nigeria, and I was sent to study a Masters of Science in Pharmacy in Ukraine, which I successfully completed, and we returned back to Africa with my wife to Nigeria. We were living for 2 months, and it happened that they were getting sick always, and we decided to return back to Ukraine because of their health. We were in Ukraine. I was working. My wife is an aviation engineer, aeronautic engineer. We were working, doing everything together, keeping our family going. And it happens that farming became very lucrative after the fall of Soviet Union. So we went into farming. As you know, Russians decided to invade Ukraine, their brothers, and it was terrible. And we made a drastic decision within 5 minutes, and we decided to leave where we've been working for the past, and where I have been working for the past 27 years. Even though I've been living more than 30 years in Ukraine, we decided that I should live with my daughter-in-law who is pregnant, my grandson, my son Mark, and my eldest son Simon decided to stay with his mom and my mother-in-law who is very sick. That's how we find ourselves into Ireland. We decided to come to Ireland because I've never been to Ireland before, but I was still told about a lot of stories about Ireland, how it's a country that a lot of Irish people have traveled out, and they are kind to other people, giving them shelter. And I saw a program where the first immigrants from Ukraine were received in Ireland. I decided to make that decision that we should be in Ireland. And secondly, because it's an English-speaking country, which is easy for me to maybe I don't want to learn another language, a fourth language, because I know Ukrainian language and Russian language, and it's going to be difficult for me to start learning German. Why not German in other countries in Europe? That's why I decided to come to Ireland.
Samson shares some of his challenges he has faced since arriving in Ireland and the support that he received.
I've been in Ireland now since last March. Unfortunate. My daughter-in-law, as I said, she was sent to pray with where she gave back to Sophie. She left Ireland 3 months ago because she told me she wanted to go and see my son. And it's a difficult decision. I know I am from Zaporizhzhia, where the biggest atomic station was not far from us, just 120 kilometers when you go by road. And I think when you go straight through the river, it's going to be about 80 kilometers, not far from us. It's not safe. But when they made the decision, I called my son, Simon, did you decide with your wife that she's coming to you? He told me, yes, Dad. I want the kids. I want to see the kids. She wants to see me. So they made that difficult decision. It was so difficult for me. I went into depression for the past 2 months because I don't understand how difficult it's going to be for her with the family there. But she left. She's still in Ukraine. They're experiencing the sirens and all those things that are happening there. There's nothing I can do because it is his family. I'm just his dad and then grandfather, and I'm in-law to them. When I arrived in Ireland, when you have everything, and then, my story was just like from nothing to something and from something to nothing, as I said. When I was in Ukraine, I've been farming, and we were able to build about 5 breeder farms, and I had everything with 35 staffs working under me, Ukrainians, and when the war came, it just came just like that. We were not expecting Everyone used to call me from abroad while I was in Ukraine that there is going to be war. I said no, that they saw it on TV or news. I said no, this abroad, that's nothing will ever happen like that. But when it came, I had to leave my staff. That's why I'm saying I had something. That's the something. I have everything, and I left it, and I arrived Ireland. On arriving with you having everything, and you are in a hotel or somewhere in a hostel, just with your son. Like now, I live just in a small room with on a double bed. My son sleeps on upstairs. I sleep on the down floor of the bed. It's not really easy, but when you have a very big house, big car, people working under you, you're someone already, and that's why I'm saying I'm nothing, and I'm seeing it life differently now, because life does not have to do with having so many things in your possession, in the house, big cars. It makes you happy really when you have all those things, but I see life differently because of the onset of the war. My foresight or my philosophy or the philosophy in me in living this on this earth has really changed, and I'm trying to make a change in me with the African philosophy, which they call Ubuntu. And Ubuntu means you are because I am. We help each other to grow. When I support you, you support me. I support other people. Being human, we live together. I will advise you to listen to that philosophy, Ubuntu, or read about it in the internet. Is U-B-U-N-T-U. Ubuntu.
Samson also showed me his concern about his family left behind in Ukraine and his plan for reunion with his family.
I don't care about what we've lost and where the houses, the cars, and everything. Just safety. I pray that the war will get to an end anytime. Let wisdom come into the heads of all these people making decisions so that the war will end, because a lot of people are suffering. There are many things going on. When I call, it's not easy. I get emotional. It's not easy when you know things are not safe with someone and then you're calling. We are here where I describe our condition differently, and the other condition in Ukraine is between life and death. Anything will happen anytime. You can see you are just living, maybe a bomb can come to the house or to the road. Anywhere something can meet you. So that's why I don't really call every time, because I don't want to get them bothered. I'm worried, but when I call, I'm so emotional. So most of the time when we talk, not long. Yeah. And secondly, I've been with my wife for the past 35 years together as husband and wife. We've never separated with my wife all this while, maybe for 2 weeks. Maybe I have some, when my parents were still alive in Africa, sometimes I go a lot to visit them. Maybe 2 weeks, 14 days with my son. We travel and come back with my sons, we go and come back. But now I separated with my wife for so long, and it's not really easy. At this age, you need someone to talk with, you advise, you make decisions, and you're not, he's still alive, but you cannot get access to him. My eldest son cannot get out of Ukraine because he's not over, he's over 18, and he cannot leave, he's at the war front. My wife is there to give support to her mother because she's sick. Anything could happen. We cannot physically pick her and bring her here. And my daughter-in-law, they are staying with my wife and the children because she sees my son with the children time to time. So I know, maybe I pray that things will get better. My decision now is that when you wake up in the morning, everything is all right. I say, oh, I'm grateful.
Samson is the father of a teenager son, Mark. He shares some of his experiences raising his son alone in Ireland and his expectation for his son.
And when I arrived, my son was almost finishing his secondary school. He was in the last year in Ukraine. So it's just 2 months before graduation that we arrived here in Ireland. Without knowing the language and putting him into another school here wasn't that really easy for me. He's a teenager, 17 and a half years, and getting to a school was very difficult without knowing English that fluent. But thank God that he was able to listen to me in many occasions, and we were able to get into crusade. He's an athlete in Ukraine, and he runs at 100 meters, and we were able to join an athletic club. They call it Crusaders in Dublin. And I want to thank all those great men in Dublin in that club, because they gave us the motivation to start everywhere. That's our first motivation. I want to thank those people at the intro offices in Dublin. They did a great job with the Ukrainians. Really, so much was done to make people feel happy. The hotel, the address, I was there March, and for 3 months the staffs were crying, and it's a motivation for me to revive that philosophy of Ubuntu, because they were able to give, and you can see their eyes, they are willing to help people. And the school, the O'Connolly Secondary School, which was able to take my son in, when I brought him in, the principal was so good. Sorry, I can't remember his name now, but he was able to tell me that he just need to come to school. Don't bring anything with you. You come, we give you everything. And that touched my heart. That's what I would not have when I was a child in Nigeria. We are just looking for a pencil, and here you are even provided with everything. Just come and walk. And my son was able to revive. But another challenge, we were just staying in the address. And we were after 3 months, just getting to the school, we were taken to DCU. So we changed from Dublin 1 to Dublin, I think 11. It's another place, you cannot come to school here. So we have to start looking for another school again. We look for school, we couldn't get school. But after some time, 3 months again, we've been taken to Gormanston, that's County Meat, and here we met Andrea. Andrea is so powerful, motivational, a lady with intelligence. She was able to direct us. She said you can take him to DFE, that's the Derogated Institute of Further Education. And when the authorities received us very well, and he was able to get into the school, and we decided he told me that he loves marketing. So we decided to go into digital marketing. He went into that course and he read digital marketing 5th level, and he was able to have 6 distinctions and 4 merits. I was so grateful to all the staffs there. I don't know everyone there. I don't know anyone there, but I'm grateful for the efforts put on to all the students, and especially my son, to make him be someone in his life. I learned to give and not always to take. And that's, as I said, I've been volunteering in Gormanston, where I am. I've been volunteering in DCU, just helping people, call hospital, go to hospital with people, just free of charge, trying to do things, making things easy. That's what I saw in my own parents, helping people. I want my son. You see, I brought my son to this training, this workshop, to different workshops. And I'm glad that he always goes with me, even though he's a teenager, he wants to do other things. But he goes with me, and he's learning how to help other people.
I asked Samson about his job opportunities in Ireland, and here is what he said.
I think most of us are experiencing that difficulty, because you cannot just come to any new place and then prove that you are the best or something. We need to show how good we are so that we need to recommend ourselves with our experience. Then people will see us and then pick us. That's what exactly I'm trying to do now. Trying to showcase myself, try to write applications. I go to what I'm studying now is just postgraduate diploma in digital transformation, and I do a lot of volunteer work since my arrival in Ireland. I started volunteering in the address, helping people to get into hospitals, trying to network myself, experience. And to be honest, I was able to sell myself to many people. Even though I don't have a job yet because of my studies and my struggles, but I think something will come up soon. Yeah.
Samson also shows some frustrations and impression about Ireland and Irish people.
To be honest, in any society, even in families, even back in Africa, we have people that we're not all the same, you know. And in each family, each country, each society, there are people that are different, that can make noise for their own, when they see things differently. And we should understand with people sometimes. My own experience was when I was in DCU, I was trying to go to the city center. Someone pointed a pistol to me. He just came and drove a car. I was standing at the bus stop. He pointed a pistol to me. I don't know what happened. We are two with a lady, an Irish lady. I don't know anyway. But nothing happened. He did not didn't shoot at me. But that made me scared. You know, being in Ukraine for so long, I've not seen something like that. But we're all different, and I said, and that what I saw that day made me. I couldn't sleep that day. I thought of different things, but my conclusion was that people are different. We're all different. Irish people are not like that. And because he did that to me, that does not make me think Irish people like that. Because 99% of my experience in Ireland was always good. So because of one individual, that will never make me make a conclusion on Irish people. They are not good people. I love Ireland. Ireland has received me and have given me what nobody has ever given me in life. Because I was taken to school immediately, and I was given where to live, and I was given food. So I can because that's simple individual, that will not make me make my final decision that this how these people are. Never. This incident, I rarely tell anyone about it because it is not a yardstick to me. A standard of measurement to tell other people that this how these people are. Never. Maybe you can cut this out. To tell you the truth, I've been in Ukraine all this while, these 37 years. Irish people are very wonderful. You know, when you wake up, like in Godmanston, maybe in Dublin it's not so like that. When you go, you're going, someone you meet, oh, sorry. Oh, hi, hello. They always greet you. You always. 99.9 people, when you meet them on the road, they say hello to you. And that may amaze me. Just like in Africa, we greet each other maybe 10 times. Anytime you meet someone, you greet him. That's one of the beauties I've seen in Ireland. The greetings, the driving culture, the way Irish people drive, they have a high driving culture. They can, the worst I see is in Africa. The second is where I come from, Ukraine. But Irish people, you drive, you have a good mindset that everything is going to be all right on the road because drivers respect each other. And I want to pass it to other drivers too. And the kindness we receive in Ireland, I think, is one of the main things I would like to pass to other people. And I want my son to see it and pass it to his even children because kindness, that's with love, and is going to pass from one generation to another. And I will love my children to do that, to have that and that experience and do that.
Then I asked Samson about the impact of immigrants and he shared some of his thoughts with me.
Kind of been drained, we left with so much knowledge. Like me, I have about almost more than 30 years experience on many things I've been doing, the work I've been doing. It's a brain drain really. But because of the war, because of the circumstances that led us to live in our countries, we just have to adjust. And when you leave, you are making a decision to start somewhere. So, and that's why we're all starting with all of you here. And as you said, your question, you raised the question that many Irish people think that we're taking their places. I think many foreigners are making impact too. Their brain is, as I said, is brain drain, and the brains are here. And I think most of the brains that are here are contributing to the growth of the economy of Ireland. And I can't just imagine not seeing foreigners doing other things, trying to build the country. If people are doing things to build the country, making the place nice, I think it's a welcome event in the country.
Samson expressed his appreciation for the support of Irish people as well.
I want to say a big thank you to Irish people for accommodating us. All Irish people, all. I want to thank all the professionals that work with different asylum seekers, different groups of foreigners to see that we get assimilated here. I want to show big appreciation and applause for them.
So thank you so much for sharing me your story, Samson.
Thank you. You're very welcome. Thank you for calling me.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. I hope all of you will learn something from Samson's story. All the podcasts in the series are available on our website www.developmentperspectives.ie on the podcast platform.
Amplifying Voices from Development Perspectives.